Since three, no. Rebound Simmons. And this is a mismatch here. Simmons against Bryant. This is what he wants. And there's another mismatch. I believe Horford.
Well, here we go. There's nothing like Philly sports misdiagnosing injuries. Like, come on, man. Could this possibly save Brett Brown's job? It better not. What is going on, everybody? For those who don't know, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you are new to the channel and love talking Philly sports every single day, the good, the bad, and the ugly, hit that subscribe button. Now, if you felt like maybe Ben Simmons will be back during playoffs, but now hearing this, 4 to 6 weeks minimum, and like, can we survive that long in the playoffs? Smash that like button. And oh, by the way, it helps this content, and unlike Ben Simmons, pushes it with a jumper out to other Philly fans. With all that being said, let's get into today's topic. Quick note on the shot that I took on Ben Simmons' shot. I never expected him to come in and shoot threes all day, every day. But I did want to see a more aggressive Ben Simmons, using him on the pick and roll. Him being that main screen, pick and roll type guy and getting to the basket, and we didn't see it in the bubble. And now it don't look like we're going to see it. Although the Sixers came out and said, yeah, it's day to day, like all Philly sports organization does, it's not true. He won't be back until 4 to 6 weeks at the earliest, and that will be after the first round. Can the Philadelphia 76ers get past the first round without Ben Simmons, a guy who's still on the defensive side of the ball for most part of the season played at an outstanding level? Now, Ben Simmons and the whole Sixers defense in the bubble so far has been disgusting. The pick and roll letting TJ Warren score 53 points on the perimeter, where you got guys like Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, and Matisse Thybulle. I don't know. So we can't hold our hats on his defense because we haven't seen it in the bubble. But when you look at the bubble, it's been a really weird bubble. The Lakers are 1-2. The Clippers are 1-2. The Bucks are 1-2. And the Sixers, although it's an ugly 2-1, we're 2-1. Now, context on that, the Lakers played some better teams, but the Raptors, who are a better team, didn't just beat them by a little. They beat them bad. The Clippers was a close game, and then they got beat bad by the Thunder. So Laker fans seem to be okay. When their offense is last, their shooting percentage is last, their scoring is last, they seem to be okay. Now, a lot of Sixer fans are still panicking, and I agree. Context, 2-1. We lost to a Pacer team without Sabonis and Brogdon. We barely beat a Spurs team without LMA. And we barely beat a Wizards team, although the box score shows we won by 9. It was a 2-possession game down to the end without Beal, without Wall, without Bertans. A lot of people didn't play. Now, they got some up-and-coming young boys like Robinson and Tim Brown and Thomas Bryant, but come on, really? Really? We've been seeing things in the bubble that Brett Brown's doing in the bubble post-pandemic. Last year, the year before, he has not got it done. Last year's team was enough to get it done, and he didn't. Now, some of it got to fall on the players. But let's look at this year. Al Horford, even though he don't belong on his team next to Joel Embiid, next to Ben Simmons, guys who need to play in the paint, he's having the worst year of his career. Josh Harrison, worst year of his career. Tobias Harris, not the worst year of his career, but if you look at the Clippers, it's not much better, but he averaged a point or two more. His field goal percentage was up 2 or 3%. So he's not having the worst year of his career, but he didn't get better. Who does Brett Brown make better? And we can't talk about Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons because their whole career has been played under Brett Brown. Look, a lot of people in the media say Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid cannot work together. I don't believe it. Now, yes, Ben Simmons has great games, and the Sixers win sometimes and lose sometimes without Joel Embiid. And Joel Embiid has great games without Ben Simmons, and they win and lose. Joel Embiid does play good no matter who's on the court, but yes, they do play different without each other. And you probably could build a team around them solo. But I still believe with the right coach, you can make this work if you don't have a 6'10 Horford starting or Tobias Harris on a max contract. So this whole team got a lot of refunctioning to do. But one of the refunctions is not to get rid of Ben and build around Joel, or not to get rid of Joel and build around Ben. That is not what you need to do. The first thing you need to do is get rid of Brent Brown. Joel Embiid plus Ben Simmons plus Brent Brown equals second round exit. Before you really blow this team up, I gotta see the equation. Joel Embiid plus Ben Simmons plus a respectable coach. That's what I gotta see. Now, to get back to the injury thing, Ben Simmons, I want the Sixers to win. Even though it's an ugly 2-1, when the Sixers win, no matter how ugly it is, we still get one of these, and that's what matters in the column. Now, as a person who's going to talk about it, you're going to break it down and say, wow, this really didn't look good, but I'll take the dub anyways. Let's build on it and get better. But that's the thing. We don't build on it and get better with Brent Brown. So that has to be the change for the Sixers for us to do anything in the future. Now, for this 2020 playoff run, I mean, if Ben Simmons don't play, I'm going to watch the games. I'm going to continue to cheer. I'm going to hope that Joel Embiid just has a Superman, put the team on his back kind of thing, just to carry us a little bit. But at the end of the day, no matter how far we go, we have to get rid of Brent Brown and see what these young guys can do. Do not, I repeat, Elton Brand, do not think about blowing it up when it comes to Joel Embiid or Ben Simmons before you try these guys with a new coach. So, shout out to Ben Simmons. Hopefully you get better. Don't push too hard to come back because, yes, I want you to come back and I want to win. But I don't want to see you try to come back, have a KD experience where not that injury gets worse, but another injury occurs that puts you out for the 2021 season. And then we got a new coach and we're back to playing with Joel Embiid, Al Horford, and not Ben Simmons. I want to see Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid start the year with a new coach, and we'll see where we go from there. Until that happens, I will never say split these two up until I can see it. With all that being said, thank you guys for watching and all the constant support. Let me know what you think about Ben Simmons' injury. Will we see him at all? Will we be able to get past the first round, or are we going to get bounced in the first? And give me your takes. You believe that this team with a different coach can win with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons leading the way? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.